Fiction or fact? Papers, please. Or papers, please. Hello and welcome to the first ever episode of In Theory. So today we're going to be talking about the wonderful world of Papers, Please. Now, this is it's a beautiful game from great devs. The sprite work is fantastic, although it seems like a pretty far out concept. Borders, a country split among itself with borders, bombings. It's insane, isn't it? Especially the Ezic order. An outside secret society knowing the inner affairs of a country? Preposterous! Or so you may think. Let's start off with the borders. Now, the game has 7 different districts. So, if we look at all of them, there are some that are relatively small. This may be because in Germany, it wasn't just the whole country that was divided into 4. Sure, that's what happened, but the capital of Berlin was also split into 4 separate pieces, thusly explaining why there's 7. They're 1 short, but pretty accurate. That's 1 point for them. And as for the bombings, those could simply be because of the outrage of their own country being divided by some outside force. It's a lot like the American Revolution. We shouldn't be governed by Britain. It's a lot like that. We shouldn't be governed by the United States, is what they're thinking. And in protest of these stupid border checkpoints run by outside forces, there would have likely been some bombings. As for the Ezic, they're a little more complicated to explain. But I have my own theory. After all, this is all in theory. So, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking the real theory here. Theoretically, Germany had an espionage department that was being run in World War II. But the game takes place quite clearly in post-World War II Germany, meaning that the espionage team would be out of service. That's where the Order of the Ezic Star comes in. You see that metal star on over his eye. Likely a device from his time working in the espionage. He still has those skills, so he can figure out the way that this information is flowing. Such as the red guy, per se. He would know that he has the information. So, I say that the Order of the Ezic Star is a post-World War II espionage team from Germany. But if you're a legal department, then why do you get thrown in jail if you figured out for working with them? Good point, viewer. Why do you get thrown in jail? They don't need espionage anymore. The espionage is now unlawful. Meaning that the poison you use to kill a guy, that is unlawful execution, aka murder, homicide. Killing the other guy for espionage reasons is no longer a valid point. I mean, it would be a war crime if this was a war. Actually, it wouldn't, because stopping the flow of information is important enough. But still, I believe that the Ezic Order is a disassembled espionage team from from World War II that have been laid off from their jobs, and now they're recruiting you to help them save Arstotzka, which is likely the largest part of Berlin, which is why they're trying to protect it. I'm Tedious Tim, and this has been In Theory. Peace!